In today's video, what's the maximum calorie deficit you should create when working towards your goals? Hey guys, well, this is going to be a little different video I'm doing here. I'm actually in Dallas because, I bought tickets to go to the World Series, Go Rays, and I'm bringing my dad along. So I just thought I would shoot you guys this video because I did get this great question from my Instagram direct message. So if you guys would like to send me some questions, just go to my Instagram direct message and send it there and I'll answer them for you. And today's topic is basically about what is the maximum amount of calorie deficit that you should create when working towards your goals. So first what I want to do is explain actually what a calorie deficit is. A calorie deficit is just the difference between how many calories you burn per day and how many calories you consume. Now a lot of people can make mistakes when trying to calculate this because they'll use a calculator like the one on prophysique.com where we can tell you about how many calories you should be eating per day. That's on our website. And hey guys, while we're here in Dallas, I wanted to let you guys know that we just made a pretty big announcement. $50,000 we're giving away for the next Pro Physique Transformation Challenge this year, powered by Core Nutritionals. That's right, $50,000. Now, those announcements are going to be coming soon. The contest is going to be starting in January, but we have a pre-sign up. So if you would just like to get notified about when this competition is starting, when the rules, what all the prize money is going to be, there's a link below. Go to prophysique.com and you just get notified about this. Nothing else will ever hit your inbox. It'll just say, hey, the Transformation Challenge is starting. If you want to be involved and take home $50,000, we're going to include training programs. We're going to include nutrition programs. We brought on registered dietitians. We have masters of exercise science writing these programs. And we have an amazing community. The last Transformation Challenge turned into, and I was able to interview some of the winners, and it was just an amazing experience. So I can't wait for this one. All right, guys, follow the link below. Website if you're interested in something like that. But you have to remember that these are all estimations, right? These are not based on real information that you're providing. You're giving some statistics and it's using a calculation to come up with a number. Then they'll say, oh, well, I should be eating 2,500 calories. That way, if I should be maintaining on 2,500 calories. That way, if I burn 500 calories doing some exercise, I'm in a 500 calorie deficit over the course of 1 week. That should be about a pound of body fat. But what I have found as a coach for a long period of time is that the most successful way to actually determine what your maintenance calories are is to actually start tracking them. Using a free app like Fat Secret, that's my current favorite, you actually just plug in your food for an entire week. Everything you eat and drink that has calories. And I think what we often kind of misunderstand is that we tend to nibble and tend to snack and we tend to underestimate how much we eat and overestimate how many calories we burn. So instead of just guessing and putting in for calculations and trying to figure things out, actually track, actually hold yourself accountable. So now that we understand what a calorie deficit is, what is the largest calorie deficit we should use to reach our goals? And I think there is a law of diminishing returns here. The more body fat you have, so if you're someone that's, let's say, obese and say has 100 pounds to lose, you can create a much more severe deficit and not have as many problems because your body can actually break down that body fat for fuel. But the leaner we get, well, the more adherent we want to be to sticking to some quality guidelines and making sure our calories are in a good place, because what you don't really want to happen is to lose lean body mass. So I'll give you some examples of what I typically do with athletes because I do not believe in taking calories ultra low. There are some coaches, contest prep coaches, other coaches that will put people on 700, 800 calorie meal plans. And I really disagree with this approach because I like to treat my clients, my competitors, as athletes. And if you're an athlete, you need fuel to perform. So if you can eat more, but move more, and you feel better because you're an athlete, well, to me, that is going to give you a better result than if you just eat such low calories that your body basically has no energy to perform and do anything. And sure, you're going to lose some body fat, but there's going to be some severe problems with that. You're going to lose lean body mass. You're also going to have these crazy metabolic adaptations that make it very hard to maintain that low of a body weight. So if you're on an approach to weight loss that you can't see yourself maintaining for the rest of your life, you better have an approach for after the diet is over. You better not just go back to your old habits, okay? So what is the lowest? Well, I have some thresholds. Anytime I have clients get below 10 times their body weight in calories, so someone like myself who typically gets down to around 200 pounds, Well, when I get to 2,000 calories when I'm dieting, that's when I really start to pay attention. And typically, instead of going below 2,000 calories, I might just increase my cardio. Now, you're probably saying, well, Paul, it's the same thing, right? Well, true. The deficit would be the same, but the benefit is you're getting more food, you're getting more nutrition or nutrients, okay? And you're performing more versus just stripping away more calories, because what often ends up happening when the calories get so low, we start to conserve energy, we start to suffer, have digestive issues, have food focus issues. Whereas if we can keep food a little bit higher, we can kind of strike that balance between making progress, getting lean enough, and still eating enough, okay? So 10 times body weight in calories. I also have some thresholds. You know, I don't like to go below a gram per pound of lean body mass when it comes to protein. So someone like myself, even in the deepest parts of prep, when I'm 200 pounds, I'm still gonna be eating 220, 230 grams of protein a day. I just find that beneficial. Fats, I really will not take my fats personally below 45 grams a day. I find that's the nice place where I can make a lot of progress. But I still get the benefit of those fats. You need body fat, you need nutrient fat to come in for a lot of things like hormone production, right? So if you take your fat too low, you can really start to have some negative side effects. And carbohydrates are probably the most variable of the three. You know, I personally feel just fine when I get my carbs down to 200. When they start to go below that, I start to suffer a little bit. And sometimes I will bring them below, even down to like 150 for a couple days, and I'll bump up the cardio when I'm really trying to get that last little bit of body fat off. But, you know, whenever I have somebody get their carbs below, say 100 or 90, that's when I start to get nervous and start to say, okay, how's our energy? How are we performing? And I start to look at other ways to get lean. But again, that maximum amount of deficit that you can create, it's something you gotta pay attention to. Don't run yourself into the ground. But 10 times body weight in calories is a good estimate, okay? All right, guys, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.